Alright YouTube, today I'm going to walk you through a classic freefall problem. So we're going to drop a ball down a well, and when the ball hits the water at the bottom of the well, it's going to make a splash, and that sound is going to come back up out of the well. Now 3 seconds are going to pass from when the ball is released from rest until the sound makes it back up out of the well. And in this problem, we're trying to solve for the depth of the well. Now we don't know how long the ball is going to be in free fall for, and we don't know how long the sound is going to be coming back up out of the well, which means we have several unknowns in this problem. So to solve this problem, let's graph the position versus time of the objects that are moving around in this problem. So first we see the position of the ball as it's in free fall downward to the water's surface. Then as soon as the ball hits the surface of the water, the sound from that splash is going to travel back up out of the well. So we'll see that sound make a diagonal line on our position versus time graph. And this lowest point on our graph is when the ball strikes the water. Now the time it takes the ball to fall, plus the time it takes the sound to come back up, is the total time from start to end in this problem. Now we don't know either of those times. Or if you to put this in math terms, we're just developing a system of equations that we'll be able to use to solve for h. Now applying the kinematics just to the free fall phase of motion, we're going to say the ball falls some height h. Now it's released from rest and is going to accelerate downward at some rate g, or 9.81. Now in this problem, we're going to say the upward direction is positive. That means both the h and g on our displacement equation are going to be negative. But ultimately they cancel each other out. Now since we don't know the time the ball spends in free fall, we can't solve directly for h, the distance the ball is going to fall, or the depth of the well. But what we can do is rearrange this equation for the time the ball is going to spend in free fall as a function of our unknown height. And in a similar way, we can apply the displacement equation to the sound which is traveling back up out of the well. The sound is going to have to travel some distance h at a constant velocity of 336 meters per second, where 336 meters per second is the speed of sound. So now we're going to substitute our expressions for both the time it took the ball to fall as well as the time it takes the sound to come back up into our original equation, which relates the time it takes the two phases of motion to occur to the total time. And ultimately what we're left here with is an algebra problem. Now if you want to go through and do all the algebra behind this, that's absolutely fine. I'm feeling a little lazy today, so I'm just going to drop this equation into my calculator and it's going to spit out the height, or the depth, of our well. And we find the depth of the well is 40.57 meters. So by using the graph to set up a system of equations, we've been able to solve for the depth of this well. I hope you found this helpful, and on that note, that's all for now.